and welcome to today's episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite podcast, business podcast that helps you build a successful business. With me, Anna Angelova, business coach and consultant, and my fellow co-host, Jores Minasfan, business consultant. Hey, Jores, how are you?
Hey Anna, I'm good, thanks. How about you?
Oh, doing well. Glad to be back recording episodes. If you are a regular listener, you probably noticed that we've missed a couple of days, and we're really happy to be recording again and sharing insights on how to build a successful business based on the work we do with our own clients, based on our own experience as consultants with. How did you put it? Over like, older than dinosaurs with
I'm the one older than dinosaurs. I used to consult with dinosaurs, so
so much value, so much experience we bring. So, and this topic today actually is perfect because it's right down your alley. And I know that, yes, dinosaurs might not have had that many systems that we have, but you never know. So, one thing that happens sometimes, as we've seen with our clients as well, people we work with, as the business grows, like it's okay, we get one thing to help with invoice, another system that we use for customer acquisition, another one we use for tracking projects, then something else we use for posting online, then we use something completely different for transactions and things like this. And at some point, we end up with a million systems. And the worst thing is that sometimes they're not easily scalable. Like as the business grows, these systems hit a capacity where things crash. We need to be on call with support, hopefully get priority. And another thing that we've seen is those systems don't integrate well or at all. You have to, like, people get to download, like ultimately download an Excel spreadsheet or something like this CSV from one system so they can get it out, update a little bit, and upload it to another system so they can make things talk. And what do you do? What do you do if you're facing this kind of thing in your business where you've reached a point where your technology, instead of enabling you and empowering you, is actually hindering you because you can't scale or things are not integrated well?
yeah. And interestingly, that's a very common problem with corporations. And excuse me, the bigger the corporation, the bigger the problem, because then it becomes you have cross teams that have the same that they don't have the same synergy. The problem with this is that as humans we have our own preferences, color choices, user experience, flow. And because within a corporation we have a certain number of roles and responsibilities that we have, we go and find the tool that gives us those roles and responsibilities. And interestingly, there's a statistic that says of average tool of corporations that purchase, businesses that purchase technical tools, they use not more than 20% of the features. And again, I'm user A. I buy it for feature 1, 2, 3. I don't care if it does 4, 5, 6. Then user B goes and buys similar tool that does 4, 5, 6. That same tool does 1, 2, 3. So one of the things that and the other, we always talk about technology and we always talk about data, right? These systems integrating together, it's okay. Not integrating together, it's okay if they don't integrate. The biggest problem is the data, getting the data, because we always talk about KPIs and insights. And if you have 5 different systems that uh, do 20 functions within your company, getting the data out of these 5 systems and getting to it into a centralized, integrated location where you can get insights out of it, it's a nightmare and it's very costly. Whereas if you can take all of those features that you have, list them in an Excel spreadsheet, go out and purchase a tool that covers at least 80, 85% of those features, then even if that tool, which usually they don't have their own dashboards for insights, you can easily, it's one location. You can point to the central location where the data is and pull the insights out. So those are the problems that businesses are facing. Number one, waste of licensing, because you don't use more than 20% of the tool. Instead of having 11 tools, you can do with 2 tools or even 3. You cannot integrate all of their data into one location. You cannot get, for you, it's a nightmare. Like you said, you have to get the data from all of these into a CSV, pull it into one single massive Excel and start pulling, pivoting tables and charts and getting insights out of it for you to understand what your business runs, how your business runs. So I think it's best, and I think we talked about this a while back, where before you adopt or purchase a tool, understand your process first, understand your people second, and then go find a tool that automates that process or delivers that process for the people that you want. Once you put that in place, do not go to another tool until you are 100% certain that this tool that you have does not satisfy that feature that you're looking for. Then you go to that other tool. I know it takes a little bit of time, but before in 2 to 3 years, if you don't monitor this, you'll have a spaghetti of all these applications. Your data is everywhere, and you're just facing a nightmare. Consolidation is always more expensive than starting the right way.
You're spot on that consolidation is more expensive, and that's why we're actually having this discussion today. What do you do? Like, what do you do when you are actually in that situation where you have that bowl of spaghetti and things that are not working properly? And I would say, like, yes, you're right that in corporations, like bigger corporations, sometimes like they have licensing problem, and smaller mid-sized businesses, it also happens, but not because different people buy the same product and have different licenses, but more like you said that your CRM system does more than you actually think and has more capabilities and feature, and you buy another system that like overlaps, right? Like you said, that overlap of all these different systems being able to do having these capabilities and features that overlap. What I would say is, of course, like with everything, it all starts with the awareness and understanding of where you are and what's going on, and seeing, okay, what your systems are right now. What are they? Like, what tools do you have? What features are you using from these systems? What features are there that you are not using? And mapping the whole ecosystem in a way, environment, and seeing also like how they integrate together, like which ones integrate, which ones don't, which are the ones that cause you the most headaches, which are the ones that run smoothly and you're okay with it, with this. Again, starting with the understanding of what's going on, where your systems are right now, it's of course the first step. And this is what we do with the businesses we work with. Like the ones that sometimes like people feel like it's too overwhelming to dive into this. So they're like, you know what, let's go with an expert and just getting us to do this for them and help them with this. And then once you have that clarity of what's going on with your systems, once you have clarity of, oh, my CRM actually has all these features and capabilities, and we're only using 3 of them, instead of the all 10, and then you might be able to see that, like for example, your CRM is also a place where you can add resources and store courses for internal use, so you don't actually need to have a separate Google Drive or whatever you're using for internal courses. So once you get that clarity, of course, it gives you can get to the next steps. Like you can figure out, okay, knowing where I am now, then like ideally where do we want to be? How do we want to get out of this mess? And I would say that if things are not well integrated, if they're not easily scalable, sometimes it's better to bite the bullet and fix things. If you were not able to set things properly, like Joris, like you were saying, if you were not able to add systems and all these tools like one by one, really strategically. If at some point things got out of hand, maybe now is the time. As you're listening to this episode, maybe this is your sign, and now is the time to bite the bullet and move to another system. Sometimes the answer might actually be to move to an integrated system. Like one of the things, and there are so many options out there right now, which is both a blessing and also it makes us so overwhelmed with, okay, which one do I go with? We personally have right now, we have a system that, so behind the scene, it actually integrates quite a few things, including like CRM, posting for social media, mm, community component, invoicing, like everything is in one place. It's Freedom Kit, like the one we have right now, and we've been using it for the past few months, and it has a lot of capabilities. It has a dashboard as well. A lot of tools nowadays have their own dashboards, like you were saying, Jores. They actually provide the data, and you can see things. And it's really important when it comes to knowing like your customer path, seeing all these different things. So this is what I would say when it comes to the technology you have. If it's a mishmash, if it's a bowl of spaghetti, go find out what you currently have, and the right choice might be to everything off, or focus only on two or three tools that you really need, that they really provide all those features and all those capabilities that help you. And this might be, as you are doing this exercise, as you are moving away from the systems you currently have to a select 2 3 systems, this might be a bit of a headache. Like, and it will be, actually, not might be. It will be a headache. It would add overhead. It would add uh, uh, expenses. It would require your people's time. However, it's an investment in the future of your business. And this is one thing that it's so interesting. Like, you might have seen this online. I haven't seen it recently. I think I used to see it more before, like on LinkedIn, especially that. What was it? We don't have time to do it right, but we have time to do it a second time.
And the third and the fourth and the fifth. I have seen companies who deployed SharePoint 5 times, 6 times. I only was engaged in the first one and then I walked away. So absolutely, what you mentioned is, rather than getting the untangled that spaghetti of processes and features, it's if you find one that is the superset or a brand new one that covers all of them, it's easier for the transition. What the only part that becomes a little bit more expensive and time consuming is to move that historical data out of those systems into that one, because you don't want to, that's gold. Whether it's 2 years or 5 years or 10 years of data that you have in those systems, that is gold you don't want to throw away. So, but there are tools, there are migration tools that can be done. But if you do it the right way from the beginning, then I think it's best to yeah, to do it the right way.
Well, that's why we talk about these kind of things. So if you don't find yourself in that situation yet, to do things the right way, and if things are not well integrated, I know like nowadays like APIs and things like this, some things are actually uh, people are actually like investing. Like people are investing with um, building APIs and things like this. So as a business owner, this might be your next thing, right? It might be your you might be able to invest in someone helping you connect the two different systems, for example, and integrate them if there's no API. Then also there is Zapier, which allows to integrate, like they have some of these integrations. So these are also possible paths. But ultimately, I definitely agree, Joris, with what you were saying, that it's good to start the right way. And again, if you find yourself in the messy situation, start with untangling it, understanding what it looks like. And if you need help, we're here. I'll add the link to the Thrive 360 business solutions so you can see if this might be the next step for you, if you need help with integrating your systems, technology systems better. So I think this is it for today. Thank you so much, Jores. And we'll be back tomorrow with another episode when we'll be talking about determining the values of your company. If you're just starting your business, how you determine the values of your company and why this thing matters. So come back tomorrow for another episode. And thanks again, Jores. See you tomorrow.
Great conversation. Thank you. Bye.